So today we're going to talk a little bit about how psychodynamic and depth psychotherapy works. One of the basic principles is to make some of the unconscious material that you have conscious so that you can then use it. So I'm going to use a little illustration here and say this is the line, wherever this water is, this is the line separating your conscious from the unconscious. The unconscious is just below the water line. Okay, and you can see, I put some dirt in here, not to say that the unconscious is dirty, but just to say that there's material in there. Okay, and so whenever you have a trauma, let's say childhood trauma or an adult trauma, any trauma that is just too much to handle, guess what happens? Here's your trauma, you can't deal with it, boom, it goes into the unconscious to maybe deal with later, maybe never. Okay, anything that you can't deal with consciously, anything that you don't deal with consciously, either by choice or by trauma, there it goes, beneath the level of consciousness. So when you work in a therapeutic setting with either a psychodynamic therapist or a depth psychotherapist, what you're doing is you're going beneath the surface of the consciousness down to bring up some unconscious material. Okay, so the unconscious is both takes things in and you can pull things out of it. Now just take a look at this. When you pull this out, this material, it's like really fertile soil. Okay, you now have access to this thing that was once underneath your conscious awareness. Now it's in your conscious awareness because it's above the line, and you can do something with it. There's energy, you can do something with it. In this illustration, there's kind of like, some fertile ground. You can plant something in it. You can redirect this energy and use it for something creative, let's say. Okay, so basically you're taking energy and material from the unconscious, bring it into the conscious, and now you have the conscious use of it. Okay, so that's it. Things can go into the conscious, into the unconscious, and they can be pulled out through different means like psychotherapy. Okay, so there's that part. Now, what I work with people, I also work with their genius. And this has a little bit different. So I have posited that there is a section of consciousness that's not the unconscious, but I call it the primaconscious. And the primaconscious is an area of awareness that contains your genius qualities. It contains the things that you were born with that you are meant to express. It's packed in there just like your DNA. It's there for everyone. And it's unique and special for everyone. Okay? So to work with the primaconscious, you also have to have, I'm going to illustrate this, you have to have a way to get beneath the conscious level into the unconscious or into the primaconscious. But unlike the unconscious, nothing goes into the primaconscious. When you have a trauma, it doesn't go into your primaconscious. When you have any kind of experience that you don't know how to deal with, your primaconscious is intact. Your primaconscious only goes in one direction. It's meant to express something. So through my technique or my process called the Genius Way process, we're allowed to go into the primaconscious and pull out some material from the primaconscious, and here we have this illustration shows some seeds. Okay, now these seeds, I chose these seeds instead of dirt because in your primaconscious, the material that's in it is just like a seed. This is something that is programmed to be something in particular. Like it's meant to be whatever you want to say, a singer, an accountant, baseball player, whatever it is, name it. As many things as people do, that's what is potentially in the seed of every person. Okay, so when you go beneath the surface of your primaconscious, this is what you pull out. You pull out potential. You pull out possibility. And so for everyone, their seeds look a little bit different. And to work with these seeds now in the conscious area is how I work with people's genius. And so I want you to check out my book, thegeniusway.com, Expressing Your Unique Gifts, because in it is this exact technique to be able to get to your primaconscious material, bring it into the conscious awareness, and be able to use it for something. to be able to discover what are my gifts, how do I express them, how do I nurture the things that I find under the surface of my primaconscious. Go to thegeniusway.com, sign up for a free membership to gain access to my free resource library, and keep checking back with this channel for more information about this kind of topic.